Dear friends, we are now going to study ZigBee protocol. Okay, this point was left from last video. We have covered in last video IEEE 802.15.4. Okay, now these are some questions on ZigBee protocol. Explain ZigBee protocol in details for 7 marks was asked. Explain ZigBee node types and their functions. Okay, node types, the question was on node types. And one more question is explain ZigBee architecture with diagram. Okay, so we are going to find their answers and also study the ZigBee protocol. Now see, ZigBee is an IEEE 802.15.4 based specification for a suite of high level communication protocols used to create personal area networks with small low power digital radios. Okay, so RF frequency is used and it is essentially a low power. So for small and low power devices, so we are using it for IoT. So we know that there are small devices having low battery power and low processing power. Okay, so the use where we can use ZigBee for home automation, medical device data collection and other low power low bandwidth needs. Actually, ZigBee network has been designed for small scale projects which need wireless connection. Okay, so what is this 802.15.4? We already have studied that this is the specification for wireless WPAN. Okay, wireless WPAN, and it provides a base for ZigBee protocol that we already have seen. Okay, it provides a base for ZigBee. So actually it provides you these two layers. Okay, physical layer and MAC, and ZigBee will be built on upper layers. Okay, above these layers. Okay, so keep in mind that ZigBee is essentially, that can be asked, that ZigBee's specification, on which specification it has built on. So it is based on 802.15.4. okay, and ZigBee is low cost low powered mesh network. So this is very important, low cost and low powered. So why we don't use Wi-Fi here? Because Wi-Fi needs high processing power. Okay, so we need low processing power. It is low powered mesh network widely deployed for controlling and monitoring applications, and the range is 10 to 100 meters. Okay, what these devices can do, they can transmit data over long distances by passing data through a mesh network. So if suppose you want to have range more than 100 meters, you need a mesh network. You already know the importance of mesh network, and in mesh network you can transfer data on longer distances. Okay, so in mesh network the devices are connected in zigzag manner, so that's why it is like honeybee zigzag combination, so that's why it is called as ZigBee. Okay, this communication system is less expensive and simpler than the other proprietary short range wireless sensors networks such as Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So it is simpler and less expensive than Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so that's why we use ZigBee. Okay, this is the sample ZigBee device. The device then it connected to base from these pins, and then it is connected to any computing devices such as Raspberry Pi. Okay, it also has antenna. Okay, so this is a ZigBee device. Now WPAN is very important. Wireless personal area network is low powered PAN carried over short distances wireless network. Okay, so these are the some technologies which are based on WPAN. Insteon, it is for home automation technology. IRDA is Infrared Data Association, wireless USB, Bluetooth, Z-Wave and ZigBee. So ZigBee is one of the technologies of wireless personal area network. Okay, WPAN. Okay, so keep in mind that ZigBee is nothing but wireless personal area network, just like your Bluetooth. Okay. The applications include wireless light switches, home energy monitoring, traffic management system, and many more applications are there which are having short range low rate wireless data transfer requirements. Okay, now what is personal area network? Many of the times we hear this term. So personal area network is communication between devices such as computers, telephones, tablets, and personal digital assistants. It is computer network used for data transfer. So actually it is used for personal use. Data. Okay, now let's see the question. Explain the Zigbee node types and their functions. Okay, so this is the answer of the question. Zigbee node types. There are three types of nodes in Zigbee. First one is Zigbee coordinator, ZC, then Zigbee router, ZR, and Zigbee end device, ZED. So three types of devices are there in Zigbee network: Zigbee coordinator, Zigbee router, and Zigbee end device. Okay, so this is the Zigbee network, where we can see all the three devices here. The blue colored device is Zigbee router. Okay, so these three are Zigbee routers. This green colored is Zigbee end device, and red colored device is Zigbee coordinator. So obviously it is single one, coordinator is only one, and there are end devices. The last device in the network is called as end device, just like a child in tree. Okay, then this is router, Zigbee router, to route data from coordinator to end device. Okay, so we will see the description of each of the devices. See, Zigbee network must consist of at least one coordinator, obviously, which acts as root and bridge the network. The coordinator is responsible for handling and storing information while performing, receiving and transmitting data operations. Okay, so each Zigbee network at least has one coordinator. Okay, now Zigbee routers. Okay, so they act as intermediary devices. Okay, so Zigbee routers are intermediary devices that permit data to pass to and fro through them. Okay, end devices are the last one. They are having limited functionality. Okay, to communicate with the parent nodes, such as the battery power is so that the battery power is saved. Okay, so they are used as a last devices, and they are useful in saving battery power. Okay, so they will communicate with their parent node. Okay, so they need not to communicate directly through the coordinator. So that's why there is a use of saving battery power. Okay, the number of routers, coordinators, and end devices depend on the network. So obviously which network you are using and the application type, their number will vary. Okay, so this is also one of the networks, so whereby you can see the yellow colored one is coordinator, then these are the routers, and red colors nodes are the end devices. Okay, so this is the actual structure where you can see the end devices. Data to the end devices are supplied by using a coordinator and routers. Okay, so this is the one of the examples of use of Zigbee. Okay, now next question is explain Zigbee architecture with diagram. Okay, so here architecture of Zigbee has been asked for 5 marks. Okay, many of the times this question has been asked. Okay, so this is Zigbee protocol architecture, or you can call it as Zigbee stack. Okay, now as I said that all the WPAN, low powered wireless personal area networks, are built on 802.15.4. okay, so again we have seen while studying 802.15.4 that this is a base for Zigbee. So you can see here this part, this completely is 802.15.4. so it has been a base for this Zigbee. Okay, so Zigbee, this complete is, these are the layers of Zigbee. Okay, and this lower part is nothing but the part of 802.15.4, where we have already seen that physical layer and MAC layer. Okay, now Zigbee protocol has been divided into two layers. One is network layer, NWK, and another one is application layer. Okay, what application layer does, it defines various addressing objects including profiles, clusters, and endpoints. Okay, so this is the function of application layer. Network layer will tell you how networks are formed and how addresses are assigned. Okay, So again, application layer has been divided into 3 sub layers. One is application support sub layer, that is APS. Okay. Second one is Zigbee device object, that is ZDO, and third part of application layer is application framework. Okay, so this is nothing but the complete Zigbee protocol architecture. So while drawing this architecture, you also need to draw this 802.15.4, but while explaining, only explain Zigbee layers, no need to explain 802.15.4. okay. So this is again one more architecture, same, whereby you can see upper lower layers are of 802.15.4 on which Zigbee has been built. Okay, so this also you can draw, any figure you can use, this one or this one. Okay, so Zigbee is built on physical layer and medium access control of 802.15.4. So the network layer of Zigbee takes care of network structure, routing and security part. The application layer again, we have seen that it is divided into 3 sub layers. Okay, so network layer, it has been asked separately, explain network layer of Zigbee. Okay, so network layer is responsible for ensuring right use of MAC sub layer. Okay, that is it is built on MAC layer, so right use of MAC, it is responsible for that. And also it has been assigned with application, so appropriate interface it should provide. Okay, its main function is setting up new devices and setting up new networks. Okay, so wherever new device has been connected in Zigbee network, the task of network layer is to assign that device particular ID, that is called as RFID. Okay, radio frequency ID. And one more task of Zigbee network layer is to provide security to the network, ensuring authenticity and confidentiality of network. Okay, this we have seen 3 devices already. Okay, now next is application layer of Zigbee. So as I said, it has been divided into 3 sub layers. Okay, so first one is application support sub layer, that is APS layer. Okay, so this one we are discussing about this application support sub layer. Okay, that is the part of application layer. Okay, what this layer does, this part of that layer does, it is useful in binding tables. Okay, message forwarding between bound devices, so it is useful in message forwarding. Then group address definition and management, then address mapping from 64-bit extended addresses to 16-bit network addresses. Okay, so it also does address mapping, and also is responsible for fragmentation and reassembly of packets. So you know that fragmentation and reassembly is useful while sending and receiving packets, and it also is responsible for reliable data transport. Okay, so this is the task of application support sub layer. Next part of application layer is application framework. It defines various addressing objects including profiles, clusters and endpoints of the network. Okay, so network profile means the particular definition of networks, participants and all the information related with Zigbee network. Okay, clusters, how many clusters are present in Zigbee network and how many endpoints are there, that information is kept with application framework. Okay, then Zigbee device object is third part of the Zigbee application layer. It provides device and service discovery. Okay, so when a new device has been added, so the main task of Zigbee device object to get to know that device and also to do service discovery. Okay, and also useful in advanced network management capabilities. Okay, so we have seen that this Zigbee network has been divided into 2 layers. One of them is network layer and one more layer is application layer. Again, this application layer is divided into 3 parts, that is application support sub layer, Zigbee device object and application framework. Okay, so we have discussed details of each layers. Okay, now next video will be on remaining protocols. So we have covered this protocol IEEE 802.15.4 and ZigBee protocol, including ZigBee architecture, and also ZigBee device types we have covered in the current video. In next video we will try to finish these 3 points. Okay, thank you, hope you understood the topic. Thanks.